Actually, since I was a child, I suffered from severe asthma attacks, and I was always brought to the emergency room by my mom. And we also had oxygen tanks in the house for me, for myself, and for her as well, because she gave birth to me while having an asthma attack, so that unfortunately passed on to me. The doctor at the time said that the only way to get rid of my asthma or to outgrow it is to engage in exercise. And so that's what I did throughout the years for 4 decades, was to engage in heavy exercise. And I became actually very athletic and very fit. And I did get rid of my asthma over the years, but it just for some reason came back in when I turned 40. Just for some reason came back. I was still exercising, but the asthma had set back in. Had a control pause of 16. I would suffer from minor asthma attacks at night, and I would be wheezing throughout the day, and I would always be on my inhaler. I would have 6 around my house just in case an attack came. Fortunately, I never really had any major attacks where I had to be rushed to the hospital. But throughout the day, I would suffer small ones, and that would have a big effect on the kind of day I was having, even if they were small.
Mm-hmm.
My control pause was 15 when I started with Takeo, and now it's at over 30. I would say the average is about 34, 35 right now. I can breathe much more easily. The airways and the sinuses everywhere is perfectly open. Not just when I'm doing the procedure, but throughout the day, I'm usually much better. And my allergies are also not setting in. And I notice this when I practice more regularly, that my immune system is much better. But during the times that I forget to do it, or I just simply didn't make time to do it, there's quite a big difference in how my day is going in terms of how I'm breathing, how I'm feeling, my allergies, all of that. Because I can breathe much more easily, and because it's so much more easy to do things, just to live, just to breathe. I mean, breathing is such a basic thing. And when it's so much easier to breathe, life is just so much easier in general. And yes, I was always much happier, and I was just because things were so much more simple and so much easier. I wasn't sneezing, or I wasn't wheezing or anything. It was just so much better. Life just becomes much better. In 3 days, I was already doing extended pauses of almost 2 minutes. And then I did self-practice later on, and I extended that to about 2.5. I'm already at a level where I think I'm already reaping so much benefits. I would tell them to just jump on it if they wanted just a better quality of life, whether or not they're suffering from any apnea or asthma. It's also preventative, prevents chronic diseases. Anybody that I see or encounter, even online, that has a breathing problem, I always tell them to do Buteyko, because the results are instant. It's so effective, and it's equipment free. It's like a kind of hack, a biological hack that's so simple and so easy. Why would people do anything else? And why would people buy medical equipment or medicine or anything? They can just do it themselves. It's just so simple. So yes, anybody, everybody, whoever, sick or not, I do recommend Buteyko to them. A lot of people are interested. A lot of people find it very hard to wrap their heads around it because it's a little bit counterintuitive to hold your breath so you could breathe more easily. But I always tell them that it's a method and it's a process that they just need to trust it, and that it has garnered excellent results worldwide with myself personally, and that they should just believe in the testimonials of people. So far, I've had a couple of people who've tried it and who have liked it. So I think it's just really, you can, when convincing others to try Buteyko, it's that bring a horse to water theory, where you could just really open their minds to it, but it's really up to them to try it for themselves. It's really up to them to really go the distance. Because Buteyko is simple, but it can be difficult to practice. The holding of your breath, and sometimes I would find it that it takes some time to do. You need to practice it often in order to reap the benefits, and I found it a little bit maybe tedious in the beginning. So I adjusted it according to what I can do. The first cleansing reaction that I received was I was getting hives on my stomach area, and I guess it was just some kind of detox, or maybe histamines were being released from my blood vessels off to my skin. Maybe that was it. And the second cleansing reaction I received was an asthma attack, an actual asthma attack in the middle of the night. And the great thing was that as soon as I calmed myself down, I did Buteyko, and it disappeared in seconds. It was amazing. That for me was also like my personal testimonial about the method. I could treat my own symptoms, yes, immediately and effectively. I think I stopped touching my inhalers the very day that I went to the very day that I went to see the Buteyko instructor. Because I was also very diligent in practicing the method. I really wanted to not use medication. I'm very anti-allopathic medication, so I really wanted to just stop. I was only suffering from small asthma attacks during the day and at night, so it was pretty easy for me to wean myself off of the inhalers. I think Buteyko is one of the best biological hacks anyone can do out there. It is just revolutionary, even if it's an old thing. If you want to simplify your life and have a better life in the easiest possible way you could, Buteyko breathing is it. And it's not just for asthmatics, it's just for also overall general health. It's preventative. It will help you prevent chronic diseases and anything, because breathing is everything. And if you're able to breathe well, then life is much better. So I think everybody should do it, not just people who are sick or who are already sick. It's good to do it to prevent you from getting sick. So I think Buteyko is just wonderful.